Welcome to a renovation update. So today I'm going to take you around our house, which is currently almost like a construction site. It looks very different from the first house tour video that I shared with you, but I want to share the progress, I want to share the updates, and right now it's looking very bare, very messy, but hopefully you will enjoy seeing the process, so come inside. Let's start with the dining room. So I actually think this looks really nice and really light and airy, but as you can see, wallpaper is gone both from the walls and the ceiling. We've also removed a few lights and wires and things. You'll find in houses, old houses in particular, you just have loads of these sort of holes where things were previously hung on the walls. Here we had wall lights which we removed. We had like trunking around here. Again, removed, just a lot of stuff being removed. Our boiler is gone, so we now have a very empty fireplace. We've still kept the surround of the fireplace, but inside it's empty. So we are hoping to, you know, do something with this and still have it as a feature of the dining room, because it's one of the things that we really loved within this house. But everything else is bare. You may notice as well the electrics have been first fixed. So the first fix has been done with the electrics. So we've got a lot to focus on and a lot that's been done. But that's essentially how our dining room is looking for the moment. Looking, like I said, just really bare and just very different from the first time. And actually another update, because I said this in my first video, we did some switching of light switches. So we moved it from that side of the wall to this side of the wall, and we're going to get this door not reversed but switched so that it opens towards that wall instead of out into the room. We did find out that the reason it opens this way is for privacy, for whoever was in the room. You can sort of knock and not actually see what's going on inside, but we don't really want that. It's not really going to work for us, and we just feel like it gives us so much more space in the room by switching that. So very happy the lights have been switched. So very happy that the lights have been switched over so that we can then also switch over the doors as well. Honestly, I'm not going to show you too much of the kitchen because it's currently the dumping ground. But we have had a new boiler installed. We went for the kitchen, which honestly, I'm already regretting. And it's one of the first like big expensive decisions we had to make. And for us, like, the kitchen was just what was making a bit more sense. But bearing in mind we have such a small kitchen, it's making things a little bit harder in terms of thinking of what we want to do with the kitchen and how we want to sort of have the layout. It definitely does complicate things. But we've got a new boiler. Radiators have also started to arrive, so they will be on soon as well. But in terms of everything else in the kitchen, not too much to discuss, not too much to update you on. Obviously, floor, walls, cabinets, everything has gone. It is definitely a blank canvas. The floorboards have obviously been ripped up to do pipe works and electrics and all that sort of stuff. But we're not going to focus on this room too much. This is probably going to be one of the later rooms we do end up sorting out, but this is how it's looking for now. Into living room next. We've had the same update and progress in here. It's actually quite dark in here, so maybe let me put on the lights. You might see a little bit better. But again, we've switched over the lights here, and the door will also be switched over soon. We removed the fireplace from here that we had here. It was just an electric fireplace, but we've removed it, and it made me really sad actually, because we can obviously see that there used to be an original chimney and fireplace here, which was clearly removed before we bought the house. But I do wish it was still here, because I do think they're such central pieces within a house. But we decided to remove the electric one because we don't think we'll get a lot of use out of it really. We may move it into another room, but that's the good thing about an electric fireplace. You can just plug it in anywhere basically. So we will hopefully find a new home for that. Floor, again, these are our floorboards. I have to say, all the floorboards in the house are actually looking pretty good. These are actually very like dirty, to be honest. But once we go upstairs, you'll see lots of the floorboards are in such good condition. And that was a nice surprise after lifting like 3 layers of carpets and underlay. It was a nice surprise. We've removed wallpaper from the ceiling, walls, and again, a really bare room we have here. Electrics clearly, stuff working, first fixes being done, but that's pretty much this room. Before we go upstairs, I thought I would also mention the hallway. I always forget to mention the hallway because it feels like such, I don't know, it's just such a passing thing. This is the only place where we still have the carpets and where you can truly see how messy and dirty our house has been. We did give it a bit of a sweep before starting the video, but here, as it's carpet, it's a bit harder to keep clean. We've kept carpets here because this gets lots of foot traffic and we just want to, you know, have this bit remain a bit more like clean and like safe, I suppose, like under the carpets. But everything else is bare again. We've stripped wallpaper. We've also moved this light switch because how frustrating to have a light switch basically in the middle of the wall. It really ruined like the space of the wall where we could have like, I don't know, a picture here or something like that. So we ended up doing this small change, and the massive radiator as well has gone, which we will then be replacing too. But not too much to report from the hallway, just that it's another space looking pretty bare. In the landing now, again, we've done a light switch change, electrics change, no floor, no carpets, no wallpaper anymore, ceiling walls ready to be worked on. So this is the bedroom. This is the main bedroom, which is most likely going to be our bedroom. The biggest change here, I think, will be this to most people. It was the biggest change for us. But if you remember, here we had sort of an arch, wardrobes either side, and I said in that video we're gonna get rid of this, put in some wardrobes, and so much to our surprise, once the boys started knocking this down, was that there's no ceiling. So I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but what you see sort of coming down from the loft is the insulation that is in the loft, and so this was quite a shocking surprise, to be honest with you, a shock basically. But we decided to then just get rid of as much as we could, really get it, I suppose, back to brick essentially, so that it can then get plastered over. We can get a new plasterboard ceiling for this part here, and then we will go ahead and put in fitted wardrobes here. This is going to remain our wardrobe space, but it was definitely more than we ever thought would happen here. So it was a bit of a shock. Like I said, we moved our lights into the middle of the room because we had lights basically by the windows previously. And again, that would have been like a privacy thing of the time to when they're on. It's sort of the reflection means you don't see inside, but it gave off such little light into this bedroom. We really needed to change it. So we've moved that over. We have 4 new sockets in here as well because there were only 2 sockets in this room and 1 behind the wardrobe, which obviously we're not keeping that one. So we have 4 new sockets installed. Our bed will go in the middle. We've removed the wallpaper from the picture rail, and everything else in here was thankfully already painted. So we only have a few minor tweaks to do in here. Well, I say minor tweaks, we have this whole bit to do up, but it's looking bare, we're getting there. It definitely looks much better now than it did when we initially knocked this down and there was just dust everywhere. It was a real nightmare. So it's definitely looking better, and I mean, can't wait to share the progress with you. Small bedroom, soon to be office, has, I mean, it's such a small room, it's hard to share too much progress with you. But again, in here, what we've done is changed over the light switch so that we can flip over the door, and wallpaper has been removed from both the walls and the ceiling, so this just needs some plastering done. All of the electrics, again, the first fix has started, so that's been done, ready for the plasterers to come through and just fix all of that up. Obviously lots of wires and things under the floorboards. And then my favorite room of the house, every time I come into this room I'm like, it's my favorite room of the house, but well and truly it really is. So this, again, wallpaper gone. Luckily in this room we only had wallpaper in the ceiling, so that's all gone. What you see now is just remnants of paints basically, so that can be plastered over, which is fantastic for us. Floor again has been removed, so carpets, underlay have all gone, and now we have the floorboards. First fix electrics have been done in here as well. We added 2 new sockets into this room. So we kept 1 original and then we added 2 more. So every room has on average 3 double sockets, which we think is good enough, particularly for bedrooms and things like that. Light switch and door has remained the same in here. We just have old bits of furniture as well that we are keeping from the previous owners. They left them behind, but we do think that this will sort of stay in this room and help furnish it for a little while longer. But that's how the second bedroom is looking. And truly, finally, I did forget to mention the bathroom, although there's not too many updates here. Here we have a toilet, still separated by a wall. That is a task for when we do the bathroom. And then we have the main bathroom, which actually there have been a few updates in here. So we used to have this cupboard, and I don't think I ever showed you inside of it, but we had our hot water tank or hot water cylinder essentially here, and then there was like some shelvings and stuff like that. We do have a little light in here, not going to make much difference, but yeah, so that's all gone from here, which is good. And then we'll do a switch so that you can fit inside, otherwise it's quite small, so we don't all fit in the bathroom at the same time. But yeah, as you can see, all the tiles have been removed from here, and we just have the remaining bathtub and the basin, both of which again will be removed and replaced. But that's the bathroom update. Not much apart from tiles, wall tiles that have been removed. Other than that, still looking pretty similar to how it looked previously. So that's where we stand with the house updates and the progress. First fix electrics, new boiler installed, back boiler removed, carpets removed, wallpaper removed. So hopefully it's a step in the right direction. I keep reminding myself things have to get worse before they get better, but honestly right now I think this is the worst stage. So sometimes I do come in and I'm literally like, oh my gosh, what have we done? Because it's very overwhelming. Next stages for us is to plaster, and then I feel like once we've plastered, we're almost there. Do you know what I mean? Then I think it is the fun stuff like choosing flooring, choosing paint colors, things like that, which I think will be really exciting, because for the moment it does feel a bit like we are just destroying the place, but hopefully the end result will be worth it. But for today's video, that is it for this 1 month progress update. I hope you enjoyed watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying my home content so far. I really hope you are. I'm really enjoying filming it. It's completely new to me and to us, so it's really exciting to be able to share it with you and receive like lots of your thoughts and feedback as well. It's all been really helpful. So a very big thank you if you do comment on my videos, and I will see you all next week. Bye.